Today I'm making Killarney cake. The month of March brings a festive cake from a 1950 Spry shortening ad in Good Housekeeping magazine. Made with a handful of flavoring extracts, this cake is sure to be packed full of pleasant flavors to impress your guests. You can turn on subtitles by pressing the CC button, or check out the full list of ingredients in the video description. To make this festive fluffy cake, you'll need 1 cup less 2 tablespoons of milk, 2½ cups of sugar, half a teaspoon of orange extract, 1 teaspoon of salt, 3/4 of a teaspoon of almond extract, 2½ teaspoons of baking powder, 2 cups of cake flour, 1½ teaspoons of vanilla extract, half a cup of shortening, and 2 eggs unbeaten. Let's see how to make this cake. First, add the cake flour to a large mixing bowl. Whoops, let's not waste our flour. Well, it's a clean surface and you're alone in the kitchen. Who's going to see? Let's clean up the rest of our mess and move on. Now into the flour, add the sugar. This should really all be sifted, but if you forget, it shouldn't make too much of a difference. Continue by adding the baking powder and salt to the dry mixture. Now it's time to mix the dry ingredients. Perhaps mixing by hand would be a better idea. That'll do. Mix until everything is well combined and we will begin adding in the wet ingredients. Drop in the shortening. No creaming is necessary at this point. Whoops. Looks like that bit of shortening is going into orbit, never to be seen again. That's alright. Add 2/3 of the milk to the bowl. We'll use the rest of this later. That should be good enough. Now, mix in the flavorings. Orange, almond, and vanilla. Using an electric hand mixer, beat 2 minutes on low speed or 200 strokes. Once the batter is smooth, scrape the bowl and the beaters. Now it's time to add in the eggs and the remaining milk. And beat another 2 minutes on low speed or 200 strokes until smooth and evenly mixed. Grease 2 8-inch round cake pans and divide the cake mixture between the two. It may not look like much now, but after some time in the oven, these will rise nicely. Shall we try to release some trapped air bubbles? Lift the pan into the air and drop a few times. Second layer, lift and drop. Marvelous! Now bake these in a moderately hot oven at 375 degrees for 25 to 35 minutes. Now let's make our creamy bun frosting. You'll need 2 tablespoons of shortening, 1 tablespoon of butter, 3/4 of a teaspoon of vanilla extract, 3 cups of confectioner's sugar, 1/4 teaspoon of almond extract, half a teaspoon of orange extract, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, about 1/4 cup of light cream, and some green gumdrops or dots for decoration. Begin by combining the salt and the sugar, and mixing to evenly distribute. Next, we're going to scald our cream, a process that is no longer common as pasteurization has eliminated any bacteria in the dairy, but will aid in integrating the butter and shortening. Add the cream to a small pot, and heat it until it just begins steaming, but before it comes to a boil. Now, melt the shortening and butter in the scalded cream. Just stir a few minutes until smooth and creamy, before pouring over the combined sugar and salt. Spry's recipe says to stir until the sugar is dissolved. Does this look dissolved to you? Not quite, but we're out of liquid, so let's move on and see if this gets any better. We add flavorings into the mix one by one, attempting to squeeze every last drop of fluid into the dry frosting. And once again, with our trusty mixer in hand, beat until smooth and thick enough to spread. Uh-oh, it looks like we don't have enough liquid here. This doesn't resemble frosting at all. Just a second. If your frosting is too dry and crumbly, add in very small amounts of light cream and mix it in, adding little by little until a smooth yet thick frosting forms. If you, on the other hand, make it too wet, add more sugar. This shouldn't be runny at all. We wouldn't want it to roll off our cake. We've separated our green gumdrops into a dish, and we're just going to cut them into shamrock shapes. Begin by evenly slicing the gumdrop into 4. 3 of these slices will form the shamrock's leaves. The 4th slice will be cut into strips which can be used as the shamrock stem. The cut side of these candies will be slightly sticky and make it easy to press the pieces together in the form of a shamrock. See? That somewhat resembles a shamrock. Let's continue with the rest of the green gumdrops and set them aside. Lovely shamrocks, Michael. Our cakes have now been in the oven for 30 minutes, and they're perfectly golden and cooked through. Once they've cooled completely, we are going to invert one layer onto a serving plate or cake stand, and spread half of the creamy bonbon frosting over it. Next, add the second layer and top with the remaining frosting. Gently spread it out over the top face, making sure to evenly cover the cake. That should be just fine. To add the final festive touch to this cake, top with the gumdrop shamrocks, placed randomly across the top. Now doesn't that look wonderful? Made in a matter of hours, this Killarney cake is sure to impress. Cut a slice, and let's see how we did. Rich and delicious. A soft and fluffy sponge in the best of confectionery treats, with strong notes of citrus in its creamy frosting and a soft bounce to the cake. The perfect close to a festive gathering as it comes to the table in all its glory. Killarney cake. A simple recipe for anyone in the kitchen. Make this at home. Share your results with me on Instagram. Tag me at Michael with 4H's. If you enjoyed this video or interesting vintage recipes, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and check out my vintage recipes playlist. I upload a vintage recipe the first Thursday of every month. And if you'd like to watch another video, you can click that card over on the right. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please consider subscribing. I would love to have you around. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you all next Thursday.